Hello, welcome. Today we're going to learn how to use styles in Word 2010. If you're following along with me, please open up the report template. This was a document created by Colette Showers and Chantel McQueen, I believe. It's something that we use quite religiously over here in Calgary, and you're more than welcome to adopt it in your office if you so desire. So, first of all, if you think of a Word document as having code in it to show it how it should look or be formatted, in order to understand what you're creating, you need to be able to see those codes. So the first thing that I do when I get started with a document is go to my Home tab and make sure that this carriage return is selected. Now you'll see the difference here. Right now it is selected. If I take that away, you see here none of those icons are present. But when you click on it, you can see exactly what's happening in the document. You can see your paragraph spaces, your tabs, etc. And in this mode, you'll quickly learn that often mysterious errors are caused by things like page breaks or other items that you cannot see unless you're in this mode. But if you simply cannot stand being in this mode, just remember to click on this icon if ever that you come across something that's causing you grief. Okay, the next thing that I make sure I do when working in a document is set my normal text. Have you ever noticed when you copy and paste something from another document, the formatting does not stay the way you expected it to? That is because the normal text is set differently in your working document. Normal text is the base style of any Word document. If you set this style before you even start working on your document, it will automatically set the body of your text to look the way you want it to. So let's just look at a little example here. So I'm going to take some text from our report template. You can just watch this part if you'd like. And I'm going to copy this. And then paste it into this document. You see what happens? So it looks like this in this document, but when I paste it over here, it looks totally different. So I'll show you how to change that. You go in your Home tab here and click on the little square icon beneath Change Styles. Look for the word Normal. Click on the drop-down arrow next to it. Click on Modify. And within this window, you can change a variety of things, the type of font, your font size, your colors, your bolding, all kinds of stuff in there to make it look exactly the way you want it to. See? What I often see as being an admin who reads and formats documents for people is that people go out of their way to create body styles, which is really not necessary, because unless you apply a different type of style to your text, it will automatically choose normal. And if you choose to add a style and you don't really like it, if you can either select normal to bring it back to your normal style or clear, and that will also resort back to normal text styling. Next, we are going to create a table of contents. If you are following along with me, please open the working document and make sure that your styles window is open. Remember, we can navigate that. We go to our Home tab and click on this little box right here to open up this window. So, the first thing I like to do is modify those headings. And we do so the same way as when we were modifying our normal. Click on that drop down, Modify. Here we can change our font, the size, the color, etc. If you want something a little more advanced, click on this Format page. And for instance, a popular item in Calgary is changing the font to all caps for headings. Or we also change the paragraph spacing before and after the document, just to make it pop a little bit. Beyond that, you can choose to manipulate the text in any way you see fit, depending on your template or your preferences. Now, once your two headings or however many headings you are using look the way you want them to, What I like to do is drag my mouse over, and once you see it pointing at the text, click, then hold your control key and click all the applicable headings that you'd like to change to your level heading 1. We do the same with our level heading 2. And before we insert the table of contents, we want to make sure that we have numbering in our system here. So on your home page, click on the multi-level list tab, and the option you want to select out of the list library is the one that indicates that the heading levels are connected. By doing so, each of the numbers will connect to the subsequent numbers. If you choose another option, for instance this one, the heading numbers will be different throughout, and you'll have problems with consecutive number usage. So just trust me and use this one if you're using style headings. Okay, now hit enter, and we're ready to insert our table of contents. Navigate to the Reference tab, select Table of Contents, and in this view you see there are some automatic tables that you can choose from. If you select one of them, they will populate in the text just as they're shown here. However, if you have a template that you wish to use, or just general preferences on your own, select this to Insert Table of Contents button. And in this view, you can select Modify, then choose the level of table of contents that you wish to modify. Note that it will only change the table of contents text. It will not actually modify your headings. And then click Modify. And it is the same view as what you see when you're modifying your styles. Okay. There, now it automatically populates.